already sick and tired of my hands smelling like oysters and seafood. Another day, another dollar. I be popping bottles. Whoa! I almost just crashed. Another day, another shift, working life. Now it's not about giving up, right? But it's also about being cognizant of the opportunities at hand and whether they're right or not. Okay. 1 second. Oh, that didn't sound good. And while there's nothing wrong with this place I'm working at, realistically, situationally, I'm starting to question it a little bit because I have to drive 45 minutes on average, 40 minutes to work in a place where gas is averaging $4.5 per gallon. And when you're broke as shit, it doesn't really shape up to be the best option financially. And it kind of feels like I'm not necessarily making money that would make that trip worth that. Because I am making $24 an hour, but scrub that, cut that ish. Too dark here. Anyway, so I'm making solid hourly. However, half of my future potential paychecks are going to go to gas and then to rent. Well, rent and then to gas. It's not very, I'm not necessarily gaining anything particularly valuable as far as what my goals and desires are. Like I said in the previous video, cooking is something I enjoy. I love doing it for people that I love, but there's not really joy or passion in that, doing that commercially for a company or even a small business. It's just it's stressful as heck. And although I know that my compensation is good, at the end of every night you're pretty much hoping for more. You're wishing that you made more. And it's just, I don't know if it's adding up to be the best situation for me right now. But obviously, I'm over the young and aggressive, where I just jump ship, and don't even look for the next connection or next job, and just jump ship. And while I am balancing having blind faith in myself and my desires, my goals, also not making stupid decisions, right, that are going to make that hardship that I'm trying to get out of harder to get out of, right? So we're going to play it by ear, see what comes up. There is a restaurant that I'm looking at that I think would actually be really nice to work at. Now, obviously, of course, these are really just temp jobs for acting and for movies and for, movie gigs and or anything else that might come up. But I also know that a desk job is not it. I've thought about hospitals. It's another option. We'll see. But yeah, I think realistically, one, needing a place closer to where I'm living. Two, if it's a restaurant job, somewhere where I can make tips. Because cooking, you're not going to make tips. And cooking commercially, for a restaurant, for whatever the size, you really have to enjoy that to be able to put up with that job. Serving, not so much. You don't really, serving or busing or bartending, you don't necessarily have to enjoy the job that much, because when you're walking out the door, you've got some paper in your ear saying, "It's okay, sweetie. I know you hate your job, but it's okay." You don't really get that with cooking, because one, it's a paycheck and you're waiting 2 weeks to even see or feel that rewarding factor of your work. There was a 2 and I forgot where I was. Rewarding factor, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say. It's raining here in Southern California. We're getting a nice little storm. It's been raining pretty much all day. And it's definitely not a little puny rain. It was pouring earlier today. It's pretty light right now. But yeah, anyway, restaurants, money, restaurant money, worth it. Yeah, I mean, just considering and thinking about and trying to not standardize, what's the word for it? Compartmentalize? It's like efficiency, improving efficiency. I can't think of the word. When you think of that word, you'll know. All right. But yeah, figuring out really the opportunity that works best. It was actually honestly kind of nice to get back into restaurants, because quite honestly, working at Cheesecake Factory when I was younger was probably one of the most fun jobs I've ever had, and was fairly enjoyable for a time. And had it not been for relatively rough clientele and poor management system at the time, not the whole time, just a specific time right before I left, I probably would have worked there the day up until I left Delaware. Hell, I might even have skipped Minnesota and just been making money there. That was also another thing, is I stopped making as much money, and all of a sudden the job was not as enjoyable. But yeah, trying to figure out what the best option is. Might not be this. There's nothing wrong with the place I'm working at, or anything wrong with people. It's just about logistics right now. And logistically, it's not really making sense for me. My uncle really wanted me to get the job, not necessarily because of the place, but because of where it's at in Malibu. And, you know, he wants me to be around that, you know, quiet money, old money, whatever, like rich people kind of thing. Which is true. Plenty of opportunities to be had. But as a chef, not really around the rich people, you know? I'm not really showing off a personality. I'm not, you know, making friends. I'm not making connections with any of them. They're just kind of watching me cook their food, you know? So, while a good idea, in theory, I'd probably just be better off serving if I were to stay there. But then again, it's really about the driving in a place where gas is pretty expensive. So, yeah, that's where we are. But yeah, the people there are pretty great. Get along with everyone pretty well. I haven't been back in the gym in a while, and half of that is because I'm back at dead broke. So it's hard to validate. Again, talking about conservative gas, trying to fit gym into my schedule now with the new job, but also paying for gas and such. Optimization. That's the word. Optimizing. I can't really think right now. I'll probably check back in tomorrow to re-up with a little deeper thought or something. I can't really think right now. Anyway, stay happy, stay healthy, stay strong, be a baller. 28-inch rims on the Impala. Trying to find the freaking can opener or bottle opener attachment on my Swiss Army knife, and I can't freaking find it. Where the frick is it? Good Lord! That was the hardest thing to freaking open ever. Topo Chico, quench your thirst. Stay happy, stay healthy. I can't even think of the other word. Good night, y'all.